Saturday Night Live made its premiere on October 11, 1975, and forever changed the landscape of American television. It also made stars out of numerous young comics who went on to have huge TV and film careers. Let's watch now as some of the show's former cast members relive how they got their big SNL break.
Dennis Miller saw me do stand-up, and he thought I had some funny stuff. And
right.
He told them about me. Then Lorne Michaels and a couple of other members of the show came to Chicago. And me and Chris Rock and a couple other really good comedians auditioned that night.
What's that like? I mean, are you thinking, this is my life right here if I mess this up? I mean,
yes.
I mean, the nerves, how do you deal with it?
I was pretty young still. I was in the Chicago hotel room,
right,
doing my act in the mirror over and over, just praying I didn't screw up, because I was known to choke. I did choke. Saturday Night Live, when I had that audition, I said, you can't do that again. You can't choke. You got to remember to get up there and get loose and feel comfortable. And it went well enough that Lorne liked my material. He didn't think of me as being on the show, but they hired me as a writer.
I auditioned for Saturday Night Live, and I auditioned at comic strip where they found Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy. I was unconscious. I was lights out. I didn't care. I was just thinking about my 3 kids and my wife.
So you weren't nervous?
I was beyond nervous, man.
Really?
I was hungry. It wasn't just about me. It was bigger than me. It was about my family. I made that decision based on my family. So I don't care about nothing. I'm going all out now. And this is Saturday Night Live. I'm going all out. Because I know if I hit, it could change my world. And then Lorne Michaels wanted to see me. That's the last step, is you go up to his office and you sit down and you kick it with him. And we was kicking, and we found that we were both fathers. We had something in common. And he seen I love my family. He seen family was always first with me. And I was on Saturday Night Live after that.
One night at my manager's comedy club, they had Saturday Night Live auditions. And it was...
on a night like this, are you dying? This is the chance of a lifetime.
No, there's no chance of getting it, so what?
So you really eliminate
When you buy
it.
a lottery ticket, do you leave with a knot in your stomach?
Totally.
No, shut up. Nice. I respect the timing. Attaboy. So I don't have a chance in hell, so I'm just going to go up. I'm going to go up and kill. Like, nobody gets Saturday Night Live.
Right.
There's a new person every 3 years, so just go up and kill, and maybe down the line something will happen. So I go on third. Because it was so hot, everyone left halfway through the 4th guy's set. So there were 11 comics that were never seen.
Never got up.
By Marcy Klein, by Ryan Shiraki, and all the powers that be, great people, all of them, that were never seen by them, who were up there just like bleeding and sweating like, this is my shot. And there's no one there. It's just an audience. They pulled up the street for Saturday Night Live auditions, and I was the guy that came in right under the wire, and they left thinking, man, the heat. But that last guy was pretty funny. Let's have him come audition again at Stand Up New York up on, I think, 77th and Broadway. Not home field advantage. I go on stage, and I think I see Lorne and Adam Sandler in the back left-hand corner of the room. No, I don't think. I see them over there. Right. So I just went up and did every impression I had, and after every impression, I just looked into that corner of the room like, yeah. Like a guy you're not afraid of in a bar fight, right?
Right.
As I get off stage, this way, I walk past everyone, Lorne Michaels, they're all on this side of the room. I spent the most important 30 minutes of my life staring down like a stockbroker from Kew Gardens. Like, this poor guy's in the audience like, what did I do? And they're probably over here going, why won't he look at us? He's obviously afraid of us and intimidated. I go outside on the sidewalk, and they go, Marcy Klein comes up to me and says, Lorne really liked you. He wants to talk to you. I wait. He comes out, and he goes, you were very, very funny. I really enjoyed your show. It was good. Very, very. And then he just drives away. And I was like, what do I do with that information? The next day, I had a college show with a great comic, Anthony Clark. I said to Anthony when we got off the plane, I said, I have to take a nap. I'm exhausted. I go up to my Motel 6 room. My phone rings. It's my agent, my manager. Barry's on the phone. Are you sitting down, man? You got Saturday Night Live, Papa. And I'm like, oh, my God. And it wasn't like a celebration. It felt like a bus had rolled on top of me, like it's very serious news. And I go downstairs, and Anthony's down there cleaning the pool, and I go, Anthony. And he goes, yeah. I go, I just got Saturday Night Live. And he goes, only comics. He goes, well, there goes that nap. Never even looked at me.
Was that a dream job for you, Larry?
You know, I didn't really have many dreams, dream jobs. When you think you're so incapable of doing anything, you don't really dream, because then you'll get it and they'll see that you're incapable. So I didn't really have dreams like most people.
Right.
I want to do this, I want to do that. I can't do anything, so I didn't dream about doing anything.
You had an ugly almost ending there where Dick Ebersol was the network executive, and
Yeah.
you told him to kind of stick the job?
Yes, I did quit. And I quit. And I walked back home. I went up to him before the show started, and I was outraged because my sketch got cut again.
Right.
And I walked up to him 5 minutes before the show was about to air. And I went, this show stinks! I quit! I quit! I hate this show! I'm done! It's over! And, you know, I walked home. And as I'm walking home, I'm beginning to compute the amount of money I had just cost myself. And it came to enough for me to live on probably for a year or two.
Right.
And I thought, well, that was stupid. You know? And I go tell my neighbor, Kenny Kramer, the guy who the
Right.
character was based on. And I said, I just did the stupid thing. I just quit the show. He said, why did you say that? They wouldn't put my sketch on. He said, well, just go in on Monday. And pretend it never happened. I think you got something there. Yeah. Monday morning, I walk into the office. And by the way, everybody saw this outburst of mine. Everybody saw this. And people look at me like, what the hell's going on? What are you doing here? You know? I sat down at the meeting on Monday morning. Nobody said a word.
Larry was a writer on the show who could never get anything on the air because it was so, first it was really brilliant, but it was very long and dry. And it was that little stuff that would later become the genius stuff.
Right.
And he would always have trouble getting things on the air. And we did one thing together that was really funny. I played a weatherman in the news named Lou Goldman. And he was an old Jewish guy who would do the forecast, but only where his family was. It was very funny. For my cousin Booby in Miami, you could drop dead with the plastic slip covers on you. You stick to it when it's hot. Turn on the air conditioning. What's the matter with you? But he would just rant and rave, and it was sort of classic Larry.